Hey guys, Ash Lane here coming at you today reviewing the big April changes coming to Clash Royale. So if you haven't seen it, the new balance is now going to be live. It's a really huge revamp of the Tombstone, the Mortar, and the Xbow. Xbow now targets everything on the map. The Mortar actually throws Goblin Barrels, and the biggest change, in my opinion, is now the Tombstones actually spawn giant skeletons. It's a lot of big changes, so we're going to review them all today. Look at this battle deck I have here. I have the new Tombstone, the new Xbow, and the new Mortar, and I also have the Goblin Barrel and the Giant Skeleton in my deck. I think this will be a popular deck. I've gotten really lucky and gotten 3 super magical chests in a row. Before I actually hop into a match with Wicked, my buddy Wicked, we're going to go ahead and just show you these new units in the training ground so you get an idea of how they work. There's going to be a lot of new strategy added, so stay tuned to my channel because I will be the first to highlight this new super giant big Tombstone. Now, I gotta say early on that it seems a little bit overpowered. You might be seeing a nerf to it, but you can see the giant skeleton spawning from the Tombstone on the left lane. In the right lane, my new Mortar is actually spawning the Goblin Barrels, so that's going to be pretty intense there. You really have to look out for those Mortars now. And now you can actually use the Mortars actually better defensively. We'll be seeing that. Hopefully I can highlight that in some live action for you in just a second. So you can see that giant Tombstone is really doing some work there. Those giant skeletons really powerful. Now look at this Xbow here. Might not have time to actually kick into action. I'll go ahead and reload just to see, because don't make the mistake I did when you log on to the new builds of this game after the update. Make sure you don't put the Xbow on your side of the map when there's no units down, because the Xbow now targets your own towers. That is huge, absolutely huge. So the Xbow now really has a dark side. I think a lot of people might be happy about this because a lot of people have hated on the Xbow. Let's see it here in action. Now look at, boom, on my right tower. So you have to be very careful. Now I can't even kill my Xbow, so you have to rely on your opponent to help take down your Xbow. So it's weird. It's like you're playing offense on defense, or defense on offense, or offense against yourself. I don't know. I digress. Either way, be careful with the new Xbow, guys. It's definitely a blessing and a curse. So let's go ahead, return back to the main menu here. I will open one of these super magical chests if I win one of these matches. So here's Wicked. He's ready for me. Wicked Gaming, great YouTuber, great guy. Check out his channel if you have not before, and subscribe. He's a great guy. So anyway, let's see. Wicked says good luck. I say good luck. This is my first time actually playing these new cards after the balance changes have been instituted, so I might not win, but I'm going to try my darndest. You know what? Honestly, I think this deck might be best with the mirror in it, because I think the idea here is going to be to spawn as many of these giant skeletons as humanly possible. You can see it does work. When the giant Tombstone gets destroyed, it spawns tons of giant skeletons. I think this is what the maps are going to look like in the future. Tons of giant skeletons will be dominating this game, especially here in April. Look at this. It's crazy. I'm going to drop a bomber over here, just try to clear out some of the skeleton traps, but to be honest with you, he has a lot more giant skeletons than I do, and I think it might come down to this. Who has more giant skeletons? Who's more aggressive with their giant skeletons? Who's more defensive with your giant skeletons? Where are you going to put your giant Tombstone? Going to put it towards the bottom of your map? It can barely fit there behind your towers. Or are you going to put it towards the top of the map? The options are absolutely endless, and I'll tell you what, guys, this is going to be a huge game changer. So be ready, get your decks ready. It's pretty insane, not gonna lie. Now, one huge thing that I should mention here, as you can see, yeah, this is just so chaotic. I'm trying to keep an eye on the giant skeletons coming, but he has another giant Tombstone down. But okay, one thing I want to mention here, guys, is with all these giant skeletons, there's gonna be a lot of giant bombs all over the map. So you really have to have your eye on those giant bombs. I dropped a giant Tombstone trying to protect my King Tower, but I think he has too many giant skeletons against me, and he wins. Oh, geez. You know what, guys? I'm gonna switch up my deck. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get Wicked, because he's not going to be ready for what I have for him. It's going to be the magical mirror card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mirror the Tombstone. I think that the mirror Tombstone is going to be a really popular strategy in the game now. So we have the mirror, we have the Tombstone, we have the Xbow, we have the Mortar, and the Goblin Barrel. So I am ready to totally annihilate him using the double Goblin Barrel with the Mortar, and the idea is to mirror that giant Tombstone ASAP, totally bombard him with giant skeletons. That's going to be the name of the game. Good game. Jeez, can I speak? I'm a little excited here. I gotta say, these balancing changes, pretty mind-blowing. Did not see this coming. It's going to be interesting to see if they adjust from here, though. You know, it's going to be, it's a lot added to the game. It gets pretty busy on the map with all those giant skeletons running around. So the Clash Royale team, you know, I'm sure they did a lot of testing with this. So one thing's for sure, I've met the Clash team. They're really, really good. I've met the Royale team. They're excellent. And one thing they do a lot of is really game testing. So they would not bring these new giant skeletons and these giant tombstones to us unless they were sure it was going to be a good thing. And did you see what I just did there, guys? I dropped the Xbow thinking it was the old Xbow, totally took out half of my left tower. Not going to be good, but hey, guess what? Wicked does not know that I have the mirror. I have the mirror strategy. Now look at all these giant skeletons. No big deal. I have about 8 giant skeletons on the map. He has, what, 3 or 4? Pitiful, embarrassing, totally going to overwhelm him here. Look at this. It's going to be over before it started. Wicked, I mean, I hope you don't run into me at the next YouTuber tournament, because I got some game with these new giant skeleton, giant tombstone skeleton spawning machines. This is just crazy. Let's stick to the game plan here, and the game plan is build the more tombstones. We need these giant tombstones. Now, keep in mind, guys, these giant tombstones here are level 6, minor level 6, so they're not going to be quite this powerful when you have them unless your cards are obviously level 6 or higher. So keep in mind it might not be this dominant, but hey, you know, you can see the idea here. These new giant tombstones are absolutely huge. They take up a lot of the map, and hey, if there's like a P.E.K.K.A. or a giant coming and you're playing defense, you can totally drop one of these huge giant tombstones exactly where I have it right now, and that will totally distract the oncoming troops. So keep that in mind defensively, right? And look at this. It's beautiful. Three crown victory. Touche, Wicked. Touche. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this this upcoming look at what could be coming in April. But hey, I promise we've opened a super magical chest. I should say could be coming today, not just in April. April 1st. Some musketeers, some barbarians. What are we gonna open here? A knight, 196 knights, not bad. Barbarian hut, 89 barbarian hut. Goblin barrel, 8. Wow, we are looking good. 9 goblins. Oh, we are leveling up all my cards. Beautiful, guys. Thanks so much for watching. This has been a heck of a lot of fun, and April Fool.
We don't play for fame, we don't play for cash. We just play for the glory and the crash of the ash.